The great thing about the small boutique, smaller customers is they might be more scrappy and willing to try something, right? Because they don't have the budgets. And, that's why a lot of people will use startups as their first customers, because startups will actually use the product. Whereas if you go after the big enterprise clients, they take a long time to sell. They're going to need SOC 2, so you're going to need to get in touch with Vanta, make sure your SOC 2 is compliant, all that good stuff. And they just take forever, right? They might have a 6-month sales cycle. They may want you to build custom software, so they can be a bit of a headache. What's important is to study your customer base. And if you're in a highly fragmented market, there can be many customers. What's a highly fragmented market startup that's done incredibly well? Spotify. They went after small merchants. There was Magento and other big products, going after the large enterprises, going after Target or, I don't know, Walmart. Maybe those companies are even too big. They build their own because it's so critical for the user experience. But they went after the long tail. HubSpot. They wanted, small firms. Squarespace. There are big companies that use it. There are small companies that use it. So then you have to make a decision. Do you want to have a sales team? Do you want to deal with custom software? Do you want to deal with approval processes? And both can work. Obviously, there's Salesforce and other tools for large enterprises for sales and marketing functions. And then there's HubSpot. And this will inform a lot of product decisions and a lot of go-to market decisions. Your go-to right now, I'm assuming, is founder-led sales. You email a small trucking company, or they hear about it from another small trucking company. You get on the phone with them, and the person you're talking to owns the business, gives you their credit card, fills out a form, and you're done. Okay, so you get a nice quick hit. But it might only be $1,000 or $3,000 a year. And you might start to say, I want the $10,000 a year customer. I want the $30,000 a year customer. So it really is going to determine how you staff and fund your company. You may need more runway to go after that. So what does your gut tell you, or what does your knowledge tell you about what type of market you're in? Are there a small number of large players and a long tail of small ones? Are there plenty of both? So both business models will work? I don't know enough about trucking to know the answer to that.
Yep. That's pretty good advice. And right now we're seeing our product into this mid-size level, which is the sales cycle much faster because, like you said, the owner is involved. So it's really easy to show them the product. Like, hey, here's the solution. They're scaling their operation, so it's really working right now. But then those enterprises comes and they're like, hey, I want to use your technology, not your product, but your technology to put into our current systems. So, but it's a different game, like you just said. So we will gotta like
you might need to price differently for them, and right. You then have one group that is easy breezy. They'll just use your solution. And like I said, the other group is, oh my God, I need this custom thing, I need that custom thing. Can you get into our accounting system? And a way to do that is to say, yes, we can do it. It's going to require a $250,000 activation fee for us to build that. And we need you to pay up front. If you're willing to do that, we're happy to work on the project. And then you can hire 2 developers or a product manager and a developer, and you tell them, I will embed ourselves. You may have heard me talk in the Accelerator or Founder University. Did you go to Founder University too, or just Accelerator?
No, just the Accelerator.
Great. And so I've told the story before about bear hugging a client, which is when you embed yourself at their company. So you could say to one of the big ones, I'll put a product manager in your office for 6 months to sit with your team and to outline all these features. We just need $250K in advance. And that's for the first 6 months of this trial. And then afterwards, this is what the pricing would be. So you're kind of challenging them to not waste your time.